narratives have changed a lot over the last like 48 hours after Khamzat Chimaev absolutely fucking dismantled Dricuss du Plessis in a performance that we have never ever seen before in a championship fight. We've never seen someone do that to a current active UFC champion ever. You could argue 3 10-8s in the first 3 rounds, okay? But what I want to talk about today is the whole narrative change around Khamzat Chimaev. Yes, I will have Matchmaker Monday later today, so that's pretty sweet. But the whole narrative shift around Khamzat Chimaev is that he's boring now. He is a wet blanket. Is that is no finishing, instinct anymore. But what the real conversation should be is how he made a defending UFC champion look like he never had a jiu-jitsu, wrestling, grappling class in his entire life. And how he literally pack-a-punched his cardio compared to previous fights. Is that not something that we should be talking about? Where's the credit here? I just don't understand. I have not seen one person give out how shit Dricuss du Plessis looked. Not one. All I see is people just giving out Khamzat fucking dismantled him. And I just don't, it's not really clicking in my head. I'm like, but you're saying Khamzat is boring and he just holds people down, but aren't you mad that Dricuss couldn't stop the takedowns? Aren't you mad that Dricuss, because Khamzat got him in like crucifixes and shit like that. He had his back. He had some rear naked attempts. Are we not giving bonus points there? At least Khamzat was maneuvering certain positions. Now there was positions where he just had him up against the cage. He did he hit the knee with the thigh. Up against the cage. I don't like that. Listen, I'm not that guy that's going to say go watch boxing. I'm not that guy that's like, oh, you don't know what you're looking at. But I don't think this is as black and white as to say this was a really shit performance from Khamzat Chimaev. It was a really boring performance. Yes, it was a boring enough fight. Like, obviously, it wasn't an entertaining fight. It wasn't massively entertaining. Do you know what I mean? But I just think people are really looking at this fight and acting like this is how it's going to be moving forward. People are acting like this is the new Khamzat Chimaev that we're going to see, that this is the only version of Khamzat that we're going to see, that the old Khamzat picking people and smashing them and, dragging out the wars and trying to finish fights is done, when I just don't agree with that. This is the first time he's had a boring fight in his whole career. His whole career. Okay? This dude ran through Robert Whittaker in the first round, bro. The first round. He'd won the greatest scraps ever against Gilbert Burns. He dismantled Kevin Holland. People forget that, man. People just quickly forget about that. And they act like this new approach Khamzat brought is going to be the way he's going to fight moving forward. But Dricuss du Plessis was the champion. Dricuss du Plessis had never lost in the UFC. Dricuss du Plessis had finished Adesanya, finished Robert Whittaker, beaten Sean Strickland twice, 50-45 in the last fight, finished Darren Till, beat Derek Brunson, beat Brad Tavares. Some of the fucking greatest middleweights ever obviously not Brad Tavares isn't the greatest middleweight ever, but Izzy, Whittaker, we're seeing as some of the greatest middleweights ever. Israel Adesanya, never been submitted. Dricuss du Plessis submitted him. Used grappling to win most of that fight. Khamzat Chimaev went in there and grappled. And guess what? He showed him levels. He showed him a different look. He showed him something we've never seen before. That was a defending champion that he did that to. And don't give me this bullshit, okay? Don't give me this fucking horseshit of, oh, well, you have to find Merab entertaining now. Merab is totally different. Merab fails takedowns and holds people against the cage. He fails takedowns. That's his whole thing. He rarely controls people. He controlled Sean O'Malley, but nobody else. He fucking completely ruined Jose Aldo's retirement. He ruined Peter Yan as well. Peter Yan basically got up. He had the most failed takedowns in UFC history in that fight. So you cannot play the Merab card. You cannot play the Merab card under any circumstance. Okay? Khamzat literally finished most of his fights apart from Gilbert Burns in that fucking fight. Sorry, before that fight, what am I on about? Well, before that fight, Khamzat was finishing pretty much every single opponent. Finished Robert Whittaker in the first round. And people are acting like now he's the new middleweight Merab with one performance. Did Khamzat make it entertaining? No. Did I enjoy watching aspects of it? Absolutely. Was it the most? Would I be eager to watch it again? No, I won't be, because Didn't land any massive, serious ground and pound. There was very rarely a moment where I thought, oh shit, Dricuss is caught in a submission. A few rear naked attempts, of course, but I don't think it was ever in danger. Didn't really strike, but I just think the fact that he was able to go 25 minutes compared to previously when the Kamaru Usman fight, when he just looked like he had 5 minutes in him. Nobody's thinking maybe he thought, shit, I don't want to gas out here. So let me try this approach. And it fucking bloody well worked. It fucking worked. Nobody's saying shit, Hamzat, maybe he was a little bit worried about gassing out there. So he decided to 50-40, I think it was 50-44, the defending champion. One judge, I can't remember the judge scorecards. That's what's pissing me off a little bit here. Like the narrative shift is Hamzat was such an entertaining fight. But he just has one fight where he controls the current champion. Doesn't slam him or finish him in the first round. Doesn't slam him or finish him in the first round. And people act like this dude is never going to be a good. He's never going to finish a fight again. He's so boring. Now, I have I'm not saying it was an entertaining fight because it just wasn't as entertaining as we've seen Hamzat in the past. Like it's just a fact, okay? But we have Hamzat to such a high standard, and I know the way he was fighting is quite common way for some people to win. Some wrestlers use to kind of hold you up against it. I've shit on cage control wins more than anybody. Okay, I really have, but I'd never see Marab really get somebody in a crucifix multiple times as well. I'd never really see that. Do you know what I mean? I'd never really see Marab take it back and at least attempt a rear naked choke. Cooley submitted Sean O'Malley's done fucking nothing else. Marab's such a boring style, I will never hear it anyway. No one will ever tell me otherwise. I've never really seen that from like a Marab because some people are saying, well, you have to like Marab now if you liked fucking Hamzat. No, 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 no. I'm not saying I enjoyed Hamzat's fight. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying stop fucking shitting on him so much and actually give him some credit. B, you're just completely disrespecting Dricuss du Plessis as well, saying how shit Hamzat, how boring it was. Oh, he's so fucking. Dricuss is a defending champion. He's a defending fucking champion, bro. Literally, a defending champion, beating some of the best middleweights in the world. And Hamzat did that to him. He did that. He held him down. He controlled him like we'd never seen before. First person to beat Dricuss. The most dominant championship win ever. Ever. Most dominant championship win ever. Okay? And that was a defending champion. Defending. So people need to start putting respect on Dricuss' name for how good of a win that was. Because a lot of fucking people were picking. I picked Dricuss, bro. I picked Dricuss. But Hamzat really impressed me with his cardio. Really impressed me with the level of control he would have. I would love to see a Kamaru Usman rematch. I would love that. I would love that because Usman, you gave Hamzat a lot of prop. Now Hamzat did break his fucking hand in the very first round. You have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge Hamzat broke his fucking wrist or his hand in the first round. But he gassed. He gassed. And Usman's striking's quite like limited. So it'll just be interesting. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to see a rematch there. But Hamzat's cardio's improved so much. He's improved his control. Of course, we've seen that as well. But I don't see anybody saying Dricuss du Plessis is shit as well. We're all saying it was all the whole hate is just kind of going towards Hamzat. Okay? Now, Nasruddin Imavov versus Braujo is more than likely going to be next. I don't want to see Anthony Hernandez. You have De Ridder that's up there. You have Dricuss du Plessis that's up there. So there's kind of you can mix and match it. Sean Strickland. Izzy kind of is at the top, not really, but you know what I mean. There's kind of Brandon Allen's coming up there as well, but they're all going to fall short. They're all going to fall short, man. Just the whole narrative change around Khamzat Chimaev, having such a boring performance and he's a boring champion and stuff like that. The activity will worry me. He took no damage, so why not see him in the co-main event of Tom Aspinall versus Gann? I mean, you took no damage. Like there should be no real excuse. But yeah, I was impressed by Hamzat's control. I was impressed by Hamzat's cardio. Was it a boring fight? Yes. Was it as entertaining as we've seen Hamzat in the past? No. Will I be gagging to watch that fight again? Absolutely not. But I just think, the level of takedown was just insane. It was insane. His speed with the takedown was insane, and his aggression. His aggression wasn't quite the same when he got him down compared to before. I think that's where kind of things kind of changed a little bit. When he got him down, he was fucking trying to tear you apart, but he was a little bit more cautious this time. I do think that was a cardio problem as well. Like, I do think he was a bit more mindful in the back of his head. Like, hold on here, I need to chill out with the cardio a little bit because motherfuckers like Dricuss can get me in something. Motherfuckers can get me in something. Do you know what I mean? Or they might, because Dricuss on the feet might have had a chance, but Dricuss is too goofy. Dricuss was too goofy for Khamzat in there. Let me know what you think the biggest narrative changes are about this whole thing, but